Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Off Campus. Kindly subscribe our channel and support us. In this lecture, we are going to solve some problems about previous year problems of TNEB AE year 2018. So we have solved or discussed previously from 56 to 63. We are posting in a sequence. So in this video we are going to discuss the problems from 64 to 70. 64 to 70 we are going to discuss and solve for problems in TNABEE. So let's start the session. Let's start the video. What is given in 64 for a phase locked loop PLL with a Gilbert cell mixer based phase detector to maintain lock, the phase error between incoming reference signal and VCO output must be maintained between. Four options are given: 0 and pi, option 1, option 2 0 and pi by 2, option 3 0 and 2 pi, option 4 pi and 2 pi. The correct option is 0, option A, option 1, 0 and pi. The output maintained between 0 and pi. Next. Next problem 65. In a prototype filter, the series arm and shunt arm impedance should be. It is basically a prototype filter, basically a low pass filter. It is in the form of pi or P type low pass filter. Here I drawn a pi type low pass filter, one inductance, and it is C by 2, 2 capacitance. This is a general form of prototype low pass filter. What is the series arm here? Series arm is nothing but inductance. And what is the shunt arm? Shunt arm is nothing but capacitance. It is a series arm will be a inductance and shunt arm is a capacitance. So what is the option? It is 0. Series arm and shunt arm impedance should be 0. No, it is not 0. Is it resistive? No, it is not resistive. It contains resistive means it contains only the resistance value. So it is not resistive. Let's see option C, reactive and same type. Is it reactive and same type? Is it reactive? Yes, it is reactive. Series arm and shunt arm impedance is reactive. Reactive part is nothing but inductance and capacitance part is called as reactive part. So series arm and shunt arm both are. In series arm inductance is there, in shunt arm capacitance is there. So series arm and shunt arm impedance is reactive and same type. Whether it is the same type? No. It is in series arm inductance given, shunt arm capacitance is there. No. So it is not same type. So option 3 also wrong. Then coming for option 4, reactive and opposite type. Is it reactive? Yes, it is reactive because series arm contains inductance value and shunt arm contains capacitance. So it is reactive and opposite type. Is it opposite type? Yes. It is inductance and it is capacitance. So series arm and shunt arm contains different types. So option 4, reactive and opposite type is the correct option for this problem. In a prototype filter, the series arm and shunt arm impedance should be reactive and opposite type. Option 4 is the correct option for this problem. Next, coming to the problem 66. What is that? If the maximum electron density for E layer in ionosphere is 9 into 10 power 6 electrons per centimeter cube, then its critical frequency is. 4 options are given. We have to find out the critical frequency when what is given, maximum electron density value is given. So what is the formula for critical frequency? Fc is equal to 9 square root of n max. What is n max here? Fc is nothing but critical frequency. What is n max? It is a maximum electron density. Maximum electron density. Maximum I will write in short form. Maximum electron density in the unit of electrons per meter cube. Should be in the unit of electron per meter cube. So substitute this value. What is given? Maximum electron density value is given 9 into 10 power 6 electrons per centimeter cubes. note this unit in centimeter cube. The question is given, data is given, but we have formula for electrons per meter cube. So we are going to convert that centimeter cube value into meter cube value and substitute those formula and find out the answer. So what is the N max value given in the problem? 9 into 10 power 6 into electrons per centimeter cube. How to convert in meter cube? In normal, in meter to meter, meter is centimeter to meter is nothing but 10 power minus 2 meter. In some 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter is equivalent to 10 power minus 2 meter, whereas centimeter cube, how to convert the centimeter cube into meter cube is nothing but 10 power minus 2 the whole power 3 into meter cube. What we will get? Minus 2 into 3, 10 power minus 6 meter cube. So 10 power minus 6 meter cube. So substitute in that value N max 9 into 10 power 6 electrons per, this is in the denominator. So 10 power in place of meter cube we have to substitute 10 power minus 6 in the denominator. Denominator part we have to place 10 power minus 6 into meter cube. So this 10 power minus cube will come into numerator as 10 power 6 already, 10 power 6, 10 power plus 6 and electrons per meter cube. Now the value is we have converted this value. This is the basic unit for the maximum electron density, electrons per meter cube. So 9 into 10 power 6 electrons per centimeter cube is equivalent to 9 into 10 power 6 plus 6, 12. 9 into 10 power 12. 9 into 10 power 12 electrons per meter cube. Meter cube. So substitute in this formula and we will solve for it. I will write it here. No space. Okay. I will write it here. Fc is nothing but Fc into 9 into square root of N max. 9 into square root of, what is the N max value? 9 into 10 power 12 electron per meter cube. Electron per meter cube. So 9 into 10 power 12. So when we taking outside can be written as 9 into 10 power 6 into 10 power 6. What we will get? Square root of 9 is nothing but 3. For square root of 10 power 6 into 10 power 6 we will get 10 power 6 itself. So 9 into 10, 3, 27. What is the Fc? Fc is a critical frequency. Unit for frequency is Hertz. 27 into 10 power 6 megahertz. See the option here. Options are given in megahertz. So 10 power 6 can be written as 27 megahertz. So critical frequency is Fc is equal to 27 megahertz. Option C is the correct option for this problem. So we have to be very careful while substituting the values for we have to be very careful in the units of all values or all data or all terms. We have to be very aware of that units. Then only we have to convert that unit from the given data. Otherwise we may have a chance to choose a wrong option. So for this problem Fc is equal to 27 megahertz. For 63, option 3 is the correct option for this problem. Then coming to the next problem, what is 67. In a forward biased PN junction diode, the sequence of events that best describes the mechanism of current flow. What is the sequence of events that best describes the mechanism of current flow? In general, for a forward biased PN junction diode, the sequence of event is injection, diffusion and recombination. What is that? Injection, diffusion and recombination. So option 1 is the correct option. Injection and subsequent diffusion and recombination of minority carriers. Injection, diffusion, recombination. In short, we can memorize like this. Injection, diffusion and recombination. So option 1 is the correct option for 67th problem. Injection and subsequent diffusion and recombination of minority carriers. Then move on to the next problem, 68th problem. What is that? 68. Without any additional circuitry, an 8:1 mux can be used to obtain. What is given? Options are given. Some but not all Boolean functions of 3 variables. Option 2. All functions of 3 variables but not of 4 variables. Option 3. All functions of 3 variables and some but not all of 4 variables. Option 4. All functions of 4 variables. So, what is that? Without giving any additional circuitry, the 8:1 mux can be used to obtain. 8:1 mux can be written as 2 cube into 1, where 3 is the number of n is the 2 power n. It is in the form of 2 power n is to 1 mux. N is the number of select lines. N is the number of select lines. So, here how we can, without any, in general, without any additional circuitry, the mux can be obtained by sum of n or all of n and sum of n plus 1 term. All of n and sum of n plus 1. So, here what is n? Here select line n is 3. 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. So, sum all of n and sum of n plus 1 term, we can design a mux without any additional circuitry. So, what is the first option? Some but not all functions of Boolean sum but not all Boolean functions of 3 variables. No, all 3 variables and some 4 variables. This is the answer. All 3 variables and some 4 variables. In general, all n variables and some n plus 1 variables. This is the method to used to find out, can be used to obtain in general n plus 1 to anything 2 power n plus 1 mux. So, it is some but not all Boolean functions of 3 variables in given in option 2. This is not a correct option. Option 1 is wrong because all of 3 variables. Then coming to option 2, all functions of 3 variables. Yes, all functions of 3 variables but not of 4 variables. This is not correct. Sum of 4 variables can be used to obtain. So, this is also wrong. What is given in option 3? Let's see what is the option. What is given in option 3? All functions of 3 variables. Yes, all functions of 3 variables and some but not all of 4 variables, and some functions of 4 variables but not all of 4 variables, but some functions of 4 variables. So, this option will be the correct option because all functions of 3 variables and some functions of 4 variables but not all of 4 variables. So, option 3 is the correct option. Let's see what is given in the option 4. All functions of 4 variables. No, it is not all functions of 4 variables. It is sum of 4 variables. Sum of all of n and all of n plus 1. This is the concept is used to obtain the mux. So, it is all of 3 variables, all functions of 3 variables and some but not all of 4 variables. Option 3 is the correct option for this problem. Next, coming to the 69th problem. What is given? A master-slave flip-flop has the characteristic that option 1, change in the output is immediately reflected in the output. 4 options are given. Option 2, change in the output occurs when the state of the master is affected. Option 3, change in the output occurs when the state of the slave is affected. Option 4, both the master and the slave states are affected at the same time. So, this given, what is in general, what is the master slave flip flop? We can draw the JK flip flop, JKQK Q bar. This is a clock signal. I will draw Q bar. Here also J, K, Q, Q bar, clock, J, K, Q bar. Clock is given. Here also clock is given using one inverter. This is also clock. This is the two-stage master. This is a master flip-flop. This is a slave. Master and slave JK flip-flop. This is a clock. Clock is given to that. This is the output value. This is the input. So what is given? The clock. This is the clock signal. Here inverter clock signal is going for slave flip-flops. So see the options. This is the general diagram of master slave JK flip-flop. Change in the output. Option 1, see, master flip-flop has the characteristic that change in the output is immediately reflected in the output. Change in the output is immediately reflected in the output. No, it won't reflect any output. So option 1 is wrong. Next, change in the output occurs when the state of the master is affected. When the state of the master is affected, the change in the output occurs? No. Change in the output occurs if any master affected, output will not going to affect. So option 1 is also wrong. Next one is change in the output occurs when the state of the slave is affected, the change in the output will occur because it is connected to the slave flip-flop is connected to the output. So change in the output occurs when the state of the slave is affected. This one is the correct option for this problem. Change in the output. When the change in the output occurs, the state of the slave is affected because it is connected to the output part. So when the slave is affected, change in the output occurs. So option 3 is the correct option for this problem. Next, move on to the 70th problem. What is the problem is 70. A series RLC circuit has a resonance frequency of 1 kHz and a quality factor Q equal to 100 if each of R, L and C is doubled from its original value. What the new Q of the circuit is? Option 1 25, option 2 50, option 3 100, option 4 200. A series RLC circuit has a resonance frequency of 1 kHz. The quality factor is given as Q is equal to 100. What is given? The quality factor formula for series RLC circuit, Q is equal to 1 by R square root of L by C. Q is equal to 1 by R square root of L by C is the quality factor formula for series RLC circuit. What is given? Quality factor is given as, this is an old one, so Q is equal to 100. So we have to find out the new Q value. New Q new. Let can be written as Q new value is, we have to find out when the each of R, L, C is doubled from its original value. So R become 2R, L become 2L. So it is doubled from its original value. So C become 2C. Substitute that formula. Q new is equal to, we will get, in place of 1 substitute by 2R. Substitute by 2R square root of 2L divided by 2C, because R, L, C are doubled from its original value. We have to find out the new Q value. Old Q value before the Q factor value is given as 100. We'll solve and finally find out the new Q value. 2 and get cancelled. 1 by 2 can be written as 1 by 2 into 1 by R square root of L by C. 1 by 2 into, it is a Q new value. New Q value 1 by 2 into 1 by R square root of L by C. 1 by R square root of L by C is nothing but the before Q factor of the series RLC circuit. So what we will get? Q by 2. what we are getting now, the new q factor, q new is equal to q by 2. So what is q here? Q is given as 100. So 100 divided by 2 we will get 50. So new q factor value is nothing but 50. If RLC is doubled from its original value, the q factor will be halved. If the new factor will be halved, so 100 by 20, 50. So the option for 70th problem is nothing but option 2. 50 is the correct option for this problem. In this problem, we have solved from question number 64 to 70. From our upcoming videos, we will solve rest of the problem. This, otherwise, this video will become lengthy. It is very difficult to watch. So, subscribe our channel Off Campus and support us, and click on the bell icon. You will receive notifications as in when we upload videos. So, thanks for watching.